Hello everyone and welcome back to Silverado Gaming. Today on Farming Simulator 2017 I'm going to do a tutorial on beets. Now beets are a good way to make money in my opinion. There have been some changes to FS17 since Farming Simulator 2015. Now let's take a look at our equipment we are going to need. Our sowing machines. First one up is the Amazon ED3000C. Requires a 100 horsepower tractor and has a 3-meter working width. This puppy here costs $13,000. Next one is the Vernland Optima V. This one requires 70 horsepower and has 4.5-meter working width. So another meter and a half on top of this. But almost double the cost at $29,000. Next one is the Vaterstat Tempo F8. This requires 140 horsepower. It's got 6-meter working width and costs $61,000. Now these three first sowing machines you can use with your starting tractor. The starting case there will handle all of these without a problem. It has 145 horsepower. Now the Horsch 12SW is a 180 horsepower requirement. It's got a 9-meter working width and it runs $121,000. The case will probably handle it on a pretty flat terrain, but if you got any hills or anything, it's going to have a hard time climbing the hills and pulling this at the same time. So next up, we have the Grimm FT300 Topper. This requires 75 horsepower. It has a 3-meter working width and costs $17,000. This is a required device that you need to remove the tops of the beets since they're root crop. The next one is the Grimm Rooster 604. This is a 134 horsepower requirement. Its working width is 3 meters wide, and this one runs at $88,000. It has a 6-liter capacity. Now, on my farm, when I had one of these, I was harvesting field 12 and I was going east to west. And it was pretty much a whole swipe, and this thing was getting full. And at 3-meter wide working width, you have to do like 20 swipes, so you're constantly taken out of there. And if you got the starting trailer, which is smaller than that trailer over there, that has a correction. Here. That only has 8,000. So every time you unload this, you got to go dump it somewhere. Now, if you were to run it and dump it off at a sell point, this thing is getting filled like every 60 seconds. And it's like really hard to keep up with. So take one of those bins at your farm and just start dumping in there. And after the harvest, use like a front loader, fill it up. Or use one of these other devices I'm going to show you to help out. Because it's very busy. Keeps you busy if you hire work on that. Doing this manually and having a worker work for you manually, or unloading manually, it would just take you for ages to clear out a field. So it's all right for a starting farm. You make good money. Usually, I think like a trailer load with that sold for like $2,000 or $3,000. If I'm not mistaken, like field 12 would pay out like $40,000, $50,000. I mean, you can make really good money with beets, but it's very time consuming. Now, the next one on the list is this Homer HR9. No, this is not it. Yes, this is. Got things a little messed up here. So this puppy here, no, this is a Homer Terra DOS T440. Correction. I don't know where I got that other one from. This puppy here is a really nice machine. Its working width is 4 meters. Oh, that's why. I put the HR9 on there. Okay. So there you go. That's the HR9. Forgot I hooked it up. This is a 4-meter working width, and it's $78,000. This only attaches to this machine back here, which is the Homaterra DOS T440. It's a $500,000 machine, but it holds 45,000 liters, over 7 times the amount that this one here does. It comes in really handy. It clears out fields a lot quicker, and you don't have to babysit it. But you need a bigger tipper. Also, I forgot to mention on the Rooster 604, when this thing unloads into your tipper, you can't use a really big tipper since it doesn't have height. But as soon as your tipper's full, it automatically goes and folds up, and all this does is collapse down. It pulls on your trailer, and it jackknifes the tractor you're unloading and sets it off angle, and it's kind of a pain. So every time, if you got an 8,000 liter, every time you unload this, go quickly dump, come back, and prevent that from happening. Because he'll just continue dumping in you as he processes. So don't let it get full. Or if you do, get ready to slam on your brakes once that starts to close and hopefully don't hit you. This one here has a much higher pipe out. You can unload into a much bigger trailer. I always like to save up the money and get this before I start doing Beets. It's worth its money in gold. Now, next on the list is the Terra Fellis 2 Eco. This machine here is only good for taking material off the ground and putting them in a trailer. So if you're going to use the unload anywhere option, that comes in handy, but it runs at $325,000. If you see my conveyor belt video, you'll see that I take this puppy here, which is the Grimm RH2460. It's $19,000. And this you can unload beets and potatoes in. They'll come out the conveyor belt, and you can do one of two things. You can have it make pallets, which when it does the pallets, it's going to drop the pallets right here on the ground. But then you got to remove the pallet and set it off the side and continue keeping the pallets clear. I'm not a fan of the hydraulic system where I got to use my mouse in the forklifts and stuff like that. I don't know, it's just my hand and eye coordination just don't get along. Or you can unload this directly into a belt from this back left side here, which I'll be showing that in the field. So, all right, so let's go ahead. I got field halfway planted. I got stuff already set up. Let's get started with the topper and the rooster here. I'm using the JCB tractors here. I kind of like these tractors. I like how they, oops, way off course. I like their look for some reason. I don't know why. Make it a little different. I'll promise you I'll never keep this in a straight line. Wrong button. Alright, so I'm going to lower that one and turn that on. Switch to the back. I'm going to unfold this first. That's it. Just going to go along. Now, something new from Farming Simulator 2015 to 17 is you can hire a worker to do these with these attachments, where you cannot before. You can see I barely went anywhere. I'm already at 25% full. I'm going to hire a worker. At least I thought I was. Alright, so he's going to skip a spot. Alright. Let's go get us some tipper. Yeah, I like the insides of these DHLs. Oh yeah, today's Halloween, and I don't know if this is Halloween special. I don't know what's going on, but Farming Simulator looks like they introduced zombies. Everybody's walking like this. I don't know if it's a Halloween thing or if my game's just buggy. This guy's whistling. I mean, they're bad actors. So, hi. And they talk. So, very bad zombies. Alright, let's run some of them over. As you see here, I got a few things set up. I really haven't tried the Terrace Fellis yet. Terra Fellis 2. Pipe out on the right side. Yep. Yeah, this pipe doesn't go out that far. And this is at 90% fertilized, so it's been fertilized. I have it set to 1. The only thing the field has not had is plowed. I put that on my hood. So these are going to be pretty close numbers. Nobody's drunk. Sure, I'm set this mode in the back. Yep. Yeah, for $325,000 machine, I don't see what it does being really worth it. Maybe on a larger scale. Nope. There we go. We can turn this thing forward. Take a look inside. When you unfold this device, it spins your chair around. So, all these computers do pretty much one simple job. This. Yeah, you can swing this back end around. You can swing this all the way around. You see the weight down there, switch aside to keep it balanced right. Ask me too much money for the device. That machine should have been filled twice over by now. Alright, so let's go use this other one. You don't really want to hit this thing. I have the unload option up there now, so it's not unload anywhere. It's going to go up. I'm going to spit off the left side. Up to this conveyor belt, which is this double linkage here. And it should drop in that conveyor belt up in the trailer. This here does not fit over this piece here. That's why I'm using a middleman belt here. But you can get in these belts and move them around. And there, I just go and hit it like I said, don't do. The RH 2460 here only has a small capacity. So unloading a really big trailer into it, like if I was loading a tractor trailer load in here, it would take forever to unload my trailer. I think it wouldn't even hold the whole capacity of this trailer here. It would take its time. So I'm gonna unload this guy one more time and then over here and get rid of this belt. Show you the pallet making process. Should want him to finish off this row so I don't mess up the homers. Flash your light at him, let him know to stop. Just in a, since I've unloaded him in a half, 52%. Let's go over and get the big guy. Been drinking, sir? Yep. That's the wrong equipment. Come here for this guy. Yeah, with not having to unload this guy so much, comes in really handy. You can also get yourself this. It's S710, and put that inside one of the bins at the farm if you like do those fields there, unloading those bins. Then afterwards, you just drive this guy up in there, and then that will unload right into the Quantum directly. And then you can extend it out and just keep driving trailers under it and unload. Like, I have to get a loader for it. Where am I go? Alright, so unfold. I don't know what those little wheels were supposed to do. And when you go pipe out, that's piped out. Get on. You gotta turn on the topper in the front and switch back to the equipment itself and hit B and turn that on also. And we're cruising. Now you see it's not filling up so quick and we're even working a wider width. Material going up in there, into this basket, and this conveyor belt up top. And storage. Augers must be there for distribution purposes. Keep it like spread across properly. Alright, put this guy on worker. There we go. Go ahead and just unload this right into the rim over here. You. You. I guess you could take this thing and have it follow behind you. Now, up in the option, enable pallet creation. It's going to create a pallet, run it up, and fill that pallet up. Now, it does not automatically create a new pallet, so you're going to have to use forklifts and get that one out of there every time. One thing I didn't think about is I guess you just drive forward. You have to have the tractor hooked up for this. That's that one. Let's pull forward. Create another pallet. There we go. Yes, you can do that. Then detach it, fill it back up, keep going. Maybe you just take this up to him and have him unload into it. Then you need to spend all that time loading up a trailer. There's no different price for pallets if Beets come in a pallet or not. So I don't know if you just drop them off up there. I haven't taken a pallet in yet. Be interested to see if you know. Just leave a comment below. Making a mess over here, guy. Look at all that stuff underneath. Oh, 20,000 already. So he's already got $4,000 worth of material in here. Let's see. We're ending this video. Gomez. What's Gomez paying for this? 245. That's how fire. Maybe he'll make room for me. I don't know if this is going to work. At the farm, I usually take the combine and just pipe over the unload part. No. Well, let me unload this in the trailer down there. Should've just done that in the first place. So 28,000 in here. It's gonna overfill that trailer. But at 20,000 and 2 stripes, yeah, it made about 2 swipes. I think this is an 18,000 trailer, 21,000. So it's about 2 swipes worth right here. At a field that would have had 20 swipes or more. Oh, 5,000. I was way off on my math. No, that's right. Okay. Yeah, I was way off. Sorry, I was looking at it wrong. My bad. Um, so even still, 2 swipes, 5,000. There's 20 swipes in that field. So you would unload it 10 times. It could be about $50,000 there in just one field. Field is a $200,000 field, so 4 harvests would pay itself back. On the downside, leasing this equipment isn't really worth it. So this one alone is $24,000 every operating hour. If you got 3 fields, it may not be worth it. It may be worth it here. Probably take an hour to do that field, and you're gonna spend 50% of it in leasing. I don't know. You decide. If you do lease it and make a lot of money, please comment below. Other than that, that's going to be it for this video. If you like it, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe. I hope you have a good night.